presidents, you know. You made it a hotline, said I made it a hot
podcast.
Hi, and welcome back to the Dead Presidential Society, where every day is President's Day, the only podcast by presidents for presidents about presidents. We set the precedent in the present. This is an episode number. What number is it, Doug?
12.
Episode number 12, Zachary Taylor. I'm James Fitzmaurice, president of the Hair Club for Men. My co-host, Doug Holmeyer, is the president of the Port of Bellingham.
Yep.
Can you make the trains not as loud?
No.
Oh,
Is that a port issue?
Yeah, the port deals with all
Train
just deals
noises?
with the trains too, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that. You gonna introduce me? Or?
And our guest is Lee Cox, president of El Dorado.
Absolutely.
He's the golden boy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all are in El Dorado.
That's the great thing about El Dorado, really, is even the poorest citizen has access to unlimited wealth,
That's
essentially.
kind of our main thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that
seem
also
like the
make
kind
you
of place you'd be
imaginary?
No.
Oh.
Seems like the kind of place you'd have a chill president.
I mean, as far as they go, yeah.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't have to. There's not a lot of controversial should we spend the money here? It's we got the money to spend.
We're literally made of money.
But gold only has value because it's relatively scarce.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can build stuff out of it.
For
Not really.
us, we look at you standing on dirt, and we're like those wealthy motherfuckers.
Actually,
Because your access to dirt is limited.
Yeah, we don't have any.
You can compost.
I can compost. You're giving.
You should try compost.
You're giving me permission.
You should
Our
try
food is gold.
Oh, you eat gold too?
We eat gold.
Oh no.
what, from golden geese?
Yeah, for the Midas.
We bite
curse.
off the walls. It's like gingerbread house. Everything's made of gold.
Oh, I like that.
But we would love to eat something else.
Like dirt.
Like dirt. We would love to eat dirt.
Yeah, like
But
dirt
we can't.
cookies, like mud pies.
Yeah, any kind of pie really, aside from gold pies, which is kind of all we eat.
Do you have jewels too? Or is
Yeah,
it just the
but
golden
it's
city?
gold again.
Oh.
But we paint them different colors, but it's all gold. So,
What color paints do you have?
It's a
just
gold.
gold.
Just gold.
That's the base, and then you can add in different gold pigments.
Well, at least you guys have
Do you wear,
good eyesight
do you wear
from all the-
sunglasses?
No. I mean, it's when you're there, you kind of have to live with the fact that it's constantly brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
And
Well-
we would have to make the sunglasses out of gold, and you wouldn't be able to.
Oh.
They're blindfolds, essentially.
Yeah,
if you
you're
tried
right.
to.
If you had gold sunglasses.
But on the plus side, you'll naturally have better eyesight from all the carrots you're eating. Now, come on!
This is-
Time for the first section, how we always start. What is it, Lee? You're an avid listener of the podcast.
ladies.
First
All the ladies.
All the ladies.
all the ladies.
Not quite, just the first ladies.
First Wives Club.
Yeah, First Wives Club.
Today we're talking about Margaret Peggy
Pretty close.
McCall Smith Taylor.
How many names was that? Was she married before?
Well,
You
there's...
should see his second wife.
Second ladies?
Second wife.
Second wives?
Yeah. We'll get to that later. Or should we get to it now? Just jump right into second wife.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess no one cares about Margaret Peggy McCall Smith Taylor.
Well, I mean, no paintings or portraits do exist of her, so.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, she could be any one of us.
Little do I know, I look just like Peggy.
She was described as a fat, motherly-looking woman, which I think leans it towards me a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only
fall on that
description of
sword.
her appearance that exists.
You don't think I look motherly-looking?
I just think, if I were looking up descriptions of her, I feel like I would try to skew her towards looking like me too. And I just wonder if
you're
that's
the
what you
author.
were doing.
Oh, okay.
You're accusing Doug of making that sentence up?
Not making it up, just
Well, you
cherry
should,
picking.
'cause
it could have
a
stopped.
lot of this is made up.
They could have stopped at no one knows what she looked like, but our smartest scientists guessed that she looked a lot like me, basically.
Ah.
Well, it's interesting because she also had a ginger beard, so that also leans it back towards you a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Look. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're into Second Wives Club.
Oh, are we already?
Well, did you have anything else on
Nope.
Margaret Peggy Mackle Smith Taylor?
Why'd she have such a long name? Do you think?
Peggy was her nickname,
Oh.
and she had a
That's
middle
still a
name.
long name though.
Well, it's only like one extra name.
That's a lot of names to me.
No, you're right. Smith Taylor, I think, it's a double last name, and then a middle name, and a nickname. That's a lot of names. But you should see her daughter. So, at the age of 22, the Second Wives Club, Mary Elizabeth Betty Taylor Bliss Dandridge served as First Lady. She was the daughter of Zachary Taylor and Peggy.
Okay.
But Peggy was kind of depressed, so she stepped up at the age of 22
Wait, stepped up to what?
to be the First Lady.
She married her dad?
To assume the responsibilities of the First Lady.
What actual responsibility does the First Lady have?
To entertain guests at the White House is the
That's
main
the
one.
main one?
You gotta
Yeah,
throw a
but
lot of parties.
It's always, that's just kind of always been it.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
In
It's
the
not an
Monroe
official
episode,
position.
we mentioned they went bankrupt throwing all those parties.
Wow.
Should have known that
the
already.
White House burnt down. We mentioned this in
Yeah.
episode 5. But yeah, it can be trying to be the First Lady. But yeah, it doesn't actually seem like that much stuff. Thanks for throwing a lot of parties.
I'm guessing you can.
Don't sit next to him. So don't say. It's a lot of don't sit next to who's.
That's Abraham Lincoln. He's going to be shot.
Yeah.
You don't want anyone sitting near him.
Yeah. Go get
In the
blood on your
splash zone.
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that it, or?
Well, she was a widow at 29, and her name and her
who are we talking about
nickname
now?
Bliss,
The
Mary
daughter?
Elizabeth Betty Taylor Bliss Dandridge,
It's quite a stripper.
and well, she was a widow at the age of 29 after her husband died of yellow fever.
Hey, well.
Yeah, and her dad died. He was assassinated. But
What?
she kept the name Bliss.
She kept it. She didn't
Well, I guess
give up
you
part of
didn't
her
give it
name.
up. Well, she's got a lot to toss around.
A lot of names there.
Well,
yeah.
when she got married, she could have given up her name and gotten.
I see what you mean. Well, but did you?
And then
okay.
her husband died. She gave it up.
Yellow fever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anyone who's got that.
You don't know anyone that is currently suffering from yellow fever?
No, that's not very common anymore.
Unless we're
No.
talking about the sexual fetish regarding like Asian people. That's sometimes called yellow fever. And I know a lot of people suffering from that, although they wouldn't describe it as suffering.
Would you describe it as suffering?
No, I guess
Okay.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Presidential first.
Well, actually, I want to talk about
Yellow
Mary
fever
Elizabeth
some more.
Betty Taylor Smith Jr., his sister,
Oh, her sister?
also Zachary Taylor's daughter,
Oh, okay.
Sarah Noxie Taylor.
Noxie.
Noxie.
Noxie boots.
Yeah. Who you may remember as marrying Jefferson Davis.
I don't.
She married Jefferson Davis.
Jefferson Davis.
Yeah.
Thomas?
No,
Yep.
just Jefferson Davis.
The Jefferson Davis. Jeff,
Oh, from
they
the
call
South.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. But we talked about him in our
Confederate general?
Yeah, and the president of the Confederate States. But we mentioned that in another episode.
our Jefferson Davis episode. Well, we've talked
That
about
was all you had about him?
yeah, that was just the fun fact.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she
that's pretty
died
fun.
3 months later of malaria after the
Keeps
wedding.
happening.
Yeah. You know anyone currently suffering from malaria?
The Viceroy of India. Now that we're done with the ladies,
Oh,
is
boy.
it time for Doug's favorite section?
My favorite section. We've talked about the females. Let's talk about the male. It's the post office.
Post office.
Yeah, it seems like sometimes you don't do this part.
I think we've done it on all the ones so far, I
We
think.
do a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right. I
Just-
might have been pouring water. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. You were doing that for quite a while.
I was thirsty.
Actually, could I have some water? Oh, no.
But after Zachary Taylor was nominated by his
Is
party.
that even a screw? Does that screw off or pop off?
Pretty sure it's screwed up.
Yeah.
Nice.
After his party nominated him, Zachary
What was
Taylor,
his party?
he was a...
Free Soil Party.
Yep. He was a member of the Free Soil Party?
What does that mean at all?
They said no more slavery in the new states.
Oh.
Yeah, no, actually, he ran against the Free Soil Party, my mistake.
I'll say El Dorado could get behind the Free Soil Party. We could use some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because all we have is gold.
All you want is gold, really. You want the soil, and
That would be
it
great.
would be nice for it to be free.
Yeah, no. I mean, we'd be willing to pay, but all we have is gold.
That
that's
seems like
worthless to
that
us.
seems like a good trade probably for everyone else. A fair trade agreement. After his party nominated him as their presidential candidate, so Zachary Taylor, he was like the nominee for the president for the Republicans, but they sent him a letter to tell him because there wasn't like you could give him a phone call.
Couldn't tweet them.
Yeah, but he would not pay for the letters because they weren't prepaid,
Oh.
and so it took like 48 weeks for him to find 48 envelopes before he found out he was the nominee.
He got 48 of them, and every time he was like, I'm not paying for this shit. Every time?
Yeah.
How often were they sending them?
I don't know, but it said, well, for weeks.
And every time he was like, nah, fuck. I'm not
Yeah.
paying. He was like, go back.
Yeah, so it used to be stamps are a relatively recent invention.
Yeah.
So it used to be you got given an envelope and then you had to pay for it.
And every time,
He's like,
48 times
What is
in
this
a
from?
row.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Probably not important.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like,
Send it back.
It's like when you see somebody call you like 5 times in a row, and you're like, if it's important, they'll leave a message. There's the equivalent of it, but it's for a president.
Yeah, for being the president.
Huh.
Yeah. How much would it even cost back then?
I don't know, but
Probably
even if
one penny, because that's as low as you
found
can
out
go.
the price then. We'll then have to figure out what inflation makes it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just know what it is now. And that's what it inflated to. What's the price of a stamp?
38 cents or something.
Huh. There you go.
We've been averaging about 2.3% inflation over the past 150 years or so.
Pass.
So,
Pass.
pass.
That was just one I picked up on a word.
Okay. Oh, did I say pass instead of past?
No, I'm just working on my impression.
Oh,
Heights of Power. Where we guess. We don't guess. We have the guest guess.
what was this
How
president
tall
again?
Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor.
Was.
I don't think I know what he looks like at all. 4'10".
Ooh, that's not a very...
You were pretty close.
Am I?
no,
yeah,
not
6
very-
foot.
6 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 feet tall, I promise.
I feel like if he got cut in half, but his intestines were still intact, and you dragged him out for a little bit, I was pretty close. Did he die?
Yes, he did. He died in
Yeah.
office.
From what I said?
Yes.
No.
It was that bad. It was
Too
what you said was so bad it killed him retroactively.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of power.
Yeah, to kill a
I'd
president.
kill so many presidents.
39 of them.
We'd be like, it seems like a lot of presidents are... We would probably make that a section of the podcast, how presidents died. We already have, actually.
What's it called?
Dead presidents.
It's just dead presidents?
What
Yeah.
is it called? Is that presidents?
Dead presidents.
All right, good one. He was 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Exactly 1 fathom.
Yeah,
That's how long a
unfathomable.
fathom is?
Yeah, 6 foot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 3 pairs of shoes. 6 feet.
6 feet.
This is like a kind of misinformed presidential podcast punctuated with bad puns. Is what I'm getting.
It's experimental.
Okay.
Mr. Congeniality.
Mr. Congeniality. Well, that didn't come out.
There was Lewis Cass from the Free Soil Party. We mentioned him.
I remember.
They also nominated Martin Van Buren, although they were headed by Salmon P. Chase, who you might know.
Salmon P. Chase.
Salmon P. Chase.
That's a good name.
You might recognize him from being on the $10,000 bill.
What does the P stand for?
Pearl.
Salmon Pearl Chase?
Yeah, a lot of,
With an
like an
E.
oyster pearl.
No, with an E. Pearle.
Portland.
It's Portland?
It's Portland.
Oh,
which is somehow worse than pearl.
Salmon Portland?
Salmon Portland Chase.
Wow.
That name almost tells a story. It's like a 3-word story.
Salmon Portland. Land.
Portland.
Chasing a fishmonger in Oregon.
Fishmonger.
I definitely did not say fishmonger.
That's kind of how you talk.
Do I?
Do I? I'll get it.
All right, you do. I'm hesitant to speak now.
Give me an S.
Yeah, fuck.
Give me an L. Give me an O. Give me a G-A-N. What does that spell?
What does it spell?
Campaign slogan.
Campaign slogan.
Close.
The Free Soil Party, who we love, they said their campaign slogan was, "He who'd vote for Zachary Taylor needs a keeper or a jailer, and he who still for Cass can be, he is a Cass without the sea."
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. A little risky.
A little risque.
Yeah.
A little risque.
And coming from the outside on this third party ticket.
I don't like the idea that somebody who would vote for somebody should be jailed. I can't really stand.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong opposition.
Strong statement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
and
you're right.
they have the opportunity to rhyme failure, but they went jailer. Yes, it's the
they
cleaner.
kind of-
Jailer is a cleaner rhyme,
It is. Well,
so I can understand
yeah,
from that
Taylor.
regard.
You think they could maybe say something about how he needs a new pair of pants?
That's Taylor again, though. That doesn't really rhyme.
Oh yeah, you can't rhyme with Taylor with Taylor.
I mean, like,
Hay baler.
Zachary Taylor needs a new pair of pants. Get him out of the office. That's my pitch for campaign slogan.
Well, good luck to you.
for the election. I'll pitch it. He'll win. He lost. The Whigs, who Zachary Taylor was a member of, said, Then go get it, boys, strong and steady, and raise the shout for rough and ready, rum-a-dum-dum." It's not a very good one.
No, I think a lot of the time we act like politics has like gone downhill and all this mudslinging and stuff, but like the slogans were so stupid at the end of the day. Like you were really talking down to your constituents to have these weird like almost like sub McDonald's ad style slogans.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, give me a 1, give me a 2, give me a 3. We'll get there, you see? And it's like that's the extent of their slogan.
Wait, did you listen to our Millard Fillmore episode?
No.
that was literally
That
his
was right
slogan.
right on point.
Yeah.
This is a
Millard?
bad one.
Millard Fillmore.
Millard
You might
Fillmore.
have him confused with Mallard Fillmore, the cartoon character from the Sunday comics. He was a duck.
That sounds
Actually, I think it was a platypus.
Why would he be a platypus?
named Mallard.
He had a duck's bill. He was political. But
Well, it's all kind of coming together then.
named after a president. We mentioned that in the Millard Fillmore episode. Zachary Taylor was known as Old Rough and Ready.
Well, yeah, it kind of made its way into the slogan.
Yeah, it did. Which brings me into one of my favorite sections.
Steeked out biddly. It's presidential nicknames.
Is it presidential nicknames?
Presidential nicknames, where you give the president a nickname.
You give it to him?
Yeah, give him a new one.
Okay.
I'm thinking Old Hickory.
No. No, that's just a bad nickname. There's nothing about this guy that says Old Hickory.
Well, I think a lot of presidents are kind of old.
He was old, but he's not Hickory.
I would call him Killmore, and I'd try to scare the constituents out of voting for him.
That's pretty good. You got one, Doug?
Wait, do you not want Zachary Taylor to be president? I'm confused.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Mallard.
Oh, Mallard. Yeah.
Sorry, Zachary Taylor.
Yeah.
Zachary, not Jackery.
I don't think I said Jackery.
Oh, I heard
actually
Jackery.
think you
You know
said
what? It's your
Jackery.
weird accent.
I don't have an accent.
Sure.
Well then, Jackery.
No, you're thinking of Zachary Kennedy.
Jackery failure. That's what I would call him.
Oh. Yeah, he wasn't a great president.
Well,
Which makes we should get into presidential rankings where we rank the president.
we do this every episode.
I'll say Taylor's pretty rank, if I do say so myself.
Ooh, laid it down.
Ooh.
Wow, I really went there.
Yeah, you did.
I rank him as number 23.
Is one good or bad?
One's the best.
Okay.
If you listen to our Teddy Roosevelt episode, I rank him at number 1.
Wow.
Of course, that hasn't been broadcast yet.
What do you?
Let's go 19.
19.
He's number one for me.
Number one.
one, really?
Wow, really?
Go failure.
Go failure.
Go
Yeah.
failure.
Wow, really turned it around. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
All right, time for our next section. You know what it is, Lee.
Yeah, it's president, flute it. Presidential wedding planning committee, where we marry this president with another one to try to make the best Beanie Baby.
Wow.
I think failure would do well with Fillmore. And I think they would raise their children to believe in God the right way.
When would they be born?
When would they be born? Right around Halloween, I think.
Halloween.
You
Halloween,
are
baby.
incredibly close.
You're good.
November 2nd.
That's not that close.
That's
That's
like
2
2
days
days
away.
off.
I was actually talking about their
He was
baby.
talking about their baby.
Oh, well.
Well, don't you have babies born on the same day that you were born? Isn't that how babies work?
Don't I have that?
Isn't that how Beanie Babies work?
I don't know. I was asking earlier.
They're born on the same day as their parents.
Huh. That seems creepy.
Yeah.
It's really have to time the old
Time it
eggs.
out, yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
they have a 12-month gestation period, so it's easy to
So you have
time.
to do it on.
You just you get birthday sex, and that's it when you're a Beanie Baby. I'm bleeping out the word sex.
I've said a number of times.
Yeah, you're getting the chicken sound.
They could be like tribbles and they're born pregnant.
Oh, that cleans it up.
Yeah. Beanie Babies are born pregnant. 1 year gestation period. More Beanie Babies.
It's awful.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's worse than curse words. Quack that out.
Quack, you like quack better than chicken sound, do you think?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess you don't even know what the chicken
Depends on
sound
the
is.
clip. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a turkey gobble. That might be too long.
Yeah.
Just do like a very short. So it's not.
That's the
even
clip
totally-
now.
I'm just gonna cut that out.
That's the clip.
All right.
All right, now on to my favorite
right,
section.
Doug.
Presidential ghosts.
Presidential ghost.
Right.
Presidential ghosts. That's I like that one the most.
Part of the podcast where we ask you if Zachary Taylor became a ghost.
I like that there's no second part to that hypothetical. I'm gonna look up a picture of him.
Oh yeah, he had terrible hair.
Yeah.
Terrible
I mean,
hair.
if we were to, but we're not going to go into presidential hair
Or lack thereof, yeah.
Or lack thereof.
He would just be bad.
It'd probably be bad
Yeah.
hair. He didn't even have any facial hair, I don't think. Was this before
yeah.
1960?
Yeah.
Oh, then he might have.
Or Miss Cyber.
He'd be a sad ghost.
Sad ghost.
Most ghosts sad.
I don't think he would haunt the White House, but I could see him looking out over a cliff.
Interesting. Ghosts don't exist, sorry.
No. Although there is a Fort Zachary Taylor.
Failure.
Didn't even make it as a ghost.
Couldn't even. Well.
There's a.
Oh, wait, actually, was he a ghost?
Oh, well, there's a fort named after him down in Louisiana that is super haunted.
Louisiana. That wasn't an image.
That's where
That's
where you lose when you're
Yeah, it makes sense that Zachary Failure
would be
have
at
a
the
fort
loser place.
in Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's you.
That was the first
That's
time I've
pretty-
ever seen
no,
you
that's pretty
smile.
good.
It wasn't real.
Don't break a smile. No, I break fake smiles. It's a good impression. Not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, break fake smiles.
Yeah.
What do we got?
What do we got left?
Yeah, what do we have left? That's a good way of putting it.
Presidential pets?
Yeehaw! Mmm.
Presidential pets.
He had a horse called Old Whitey. Oh,
Old
presidential.
Whitey.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good horse name. Old Whitey. That's good. I'd like to ride around on Old Whitey.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably a white horse. It's probably. Do you think it was his name when he was young?
Probably. I've heard that there aren't actually white horses. They're gray if you get close to them.
Oh.
But it's bad for your eyes if you get too close. Because they bite you in the eyes.
It's a hard place to bite somebody.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
horses are
They got
ingenious
those-
creatures.
Their teeth are they kind of point out.
Yeah.
Horses have teeth.
They have convex teeth.
Yeah, convex.
They do when they're like over a year old. When they're too young, they just have tongues instead of teeth.
They'll lick your eye.
I thought they had like bristles, like whales.
Balines.
No, I think you're thinking of whales.
The horses
I was
of
gonna
the
say
sea.
Like
Not to be
cats,
confused
but without
with
a
the
C.
seahorses. Seahorses are the starfish of the floating around sea. Starfish are the starfish of being on rocks. See?
Not barnacles.
Barnacles are the slugs of the sea.
Ah.
What are the snails of the sea?
What about sea cucumbers?
Sea cucumbers are the carrots of the sea. What did you say? Snails?
Yeah, what are the snails of the sea?
Those are the
Sea snails?
Those are the crabs of being sticky.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
learning a lot here.
Yeah, we should do a podcast about this.
Okay. Sure. I don't know if we'd have enough episodes.
Well, there's only a couple of animals.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably good. Then people won't have to listen to as many episodes.
What other segment do you do?
You do realize that the royalties on that song are incredibly steep?
No, it's a myth.
It's a no. It wasn't a myth. That was true up until recently.
Oh, did it finally
I believe
expire?
the copyright expired.
I mean, the royalties very inexpensive.
All right.
1 penny, I think.
It's not 1 penny.
No. They
If
bought
it-
the rights to that song for several $1 million.
Yeah, but you don't have to buy it every time.
No, the people bought the royalty rights to it.
Oh, yeah. And you
So
give
they
a penny
collect-
every
so
time
there's-
you use-
Wrote
every
it.
time someone
I
listens
think the
to
people who wrote it.
The people that wrote it, and then they sold it.
I'm cutting this.
Yeah. It was originally Happy Birthday to You, or Good Morning to You All.
I'm just kidding. I'm not cutting it.
Presidential disco party. What are we doing?
Presidential birthdays.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do birthdays.
He was born
At the
on
disco.
What? Guess what day he was born?
Which president?
Zachary Taylor.
Didn't we already say?
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
November the 1st and a half?
Oh, so close.
What was it?
November,
The 1st.
November 2nd.
Now, can you
It'll be
gobble
like
for
a really
10 seconds
short- I'm gonna
so we
put
can
a
just
real
cover that up?
Little quack on that one.
Yeah.
No, I can't
No,
go.
you can't. You can't gobble for that. Oh.
The same day as Lee Harvey Oswald. And Oswald Cobblepot.
Reportedly. Yeah. that's-
And
Batman fame?
Yeah.
That's why it's reportedly.
There's differing accounts.
Okay.
No one really knows. You would think Halloween, but I guess
other
they
than
missed
that.
it.
Yeah.
His parents wanted him to be born on Halloween.
Other than Cobblepot Mama. Cobble Mama. Cobblepot.
Cobble, cobble.
Mama cobble pot.
I could cobble for 10 seconds.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you've got like a half-made shoe.
Oh. I don't have one of those.
Dang. What else birthday?
Orson Welles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Orson Scott Card?
No,
no,
there's
he was
no.
born on the same day as Taft? No. Who was it? I can't remember.
Smaft.
And then Giblets, the Beanie Baby turkey.
That's a fucking bad name for a turkey.
Yeah, it is.
Baby.
Yeah, and you'd think you'd wait for like later in November. Release that one.
Yeah.
November 2nd, that's never Thanksgiving.
Almost never.
Very, very rarely.
Very rarely is that Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving jumps around a little bit, but
Tiny bit.
I mean, this year we had April Fool's Day, the same as Easter. So
Yeah,
a lot
that
of
was-
you never know what can happen, but
Inspired a lot of bad Twitter jokes.
I didn't see any really good ones.
Good for you.
I didn't look.
Whatever.
The end.
That's the end?
I think that's all we got. You got anything else, Doug?
I was done about an hour ago.
An hour ago.
Yeah.
We did it perfect.
I'm just glad that we built to such a great crescendo.
Yeah.
That president, you know.